Hi, we are Honeymoon campers and we live in our self-converted Mercedes Sprinter camper van. After converting our van for over a year and saving up money for what felt like forever, we finally set off for an adventure of our lifetime. After leaving our home in Manchester in October 2021, we travelled through Poland all the way south to Turkey to escape the cold European winter. This whole beach is just for the two of us. We are finally in Turkey, and it is definitely one of the most beautiful places in this part of the world. Follow our journey as we live and work in our tiny house on wheels. Good morning from this beautiful park-up. How pretty. So we finally managed to land by some beautiful blue sea. I'm excited, I have to say. We can't actually believe how far we've driven. We're about 4,000 kilometers away from home. It is not the furthest we will be away from home, but it is one of the prettiest up to now. I'll show you around. Let's see what today brings. Hopefully we'll be visiting a small town which is classed as a slow living town or something along the lines of that.
Hungry for the road all my life, thirsty for adventure all my youth, chasing all my freedoms down Liberty Avenue.
After arriving on the southern part of Turkey and visiting the coast to swim in the really warm seawater, we were trying to figure out where to go next, and we found this place. We never planned to visit the town of Fethiye, and whilst there we stumbled upon this amazing beach in the close-by valley. The beach was simply stunning, and the saturated blue colour of the sea literally took our breath away. Right next to the little valley town is a very popular tourist destination, the Blue Lagoon. We strolled through the deserted, off-season landscape, feeling blessed that we were steered off track and came here. As it was getting dark, we knew we would be back here tomorrow. Welcome to paradise! Today we are in the lagoon of Oludeniz and it's such a beautiful place. We've never in our whole life seen sea so blue. It's so beautiful, super white beaches as well, and I'm actually really excited because I've seen photos what this place looks like in summertime when it's so full of tourists and you actually have to pay to get in here. And we just walked in and there's probably like 10-15 people in the whole beach. This taught us to travel in winter when there's no tourists, when you can enter beautiful places for free because there's nobody here anyway. Another advantage of visiting off season is you don't have to wear a bikini and you can dress like this. Come on, let's go!
I'm calling to tell you that I'm coming home.
So this beach has won the Blue Flag Award, and the Blue Flag Award is only valid for 1 year, and you have to spełnić some criteria in order to actually be able to get this.
What are the criteria?
I didn't read that.
Home, 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 I need a little taste of home. Little taste of home, 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 I'm coming home. Home, 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 I need a little taste of home. Home, 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 just a little taste of home.
I really wanted to come to the Tuesday market for the local products, so here we are and let's see what they've got. This is the local Tuesday bazaar in the city of Fethiye. What makes places like this around Turkey amazing is the quality of produce. You can't get veggies like this in the UK. We came here to stock up on fruit and veg, but it's quite possible to lose yourself in the local market for hours and find anything you might need, such as clothing, electronics, and handmade trinkets. So all this cost us 75 Turkish Lira, which is just over £4. Over the next few days, we explored the nearby places and spent some time enjoying the beautiful sunsets. Our next step was to move into an apartment for a few days to get some work done. We decided to get an Airbnb as we've got some client work to do, so this will be a lot more comfortable. Yes, we do have a router in our van, and yes, we have internet, but unfortunately in Turkey you can only buy packages of internet that are 20 gigabytes, which we all know is not enough. After enjoying some time in an actual house, we set off to our next destination, Kars. Kars is a small fishing village in the Antalya province of Turkey. It may be known as Turkey's premier scuba diving destination, but with its ancient ruins, oceanside restaurants, and houses covered in exotic greenery, the seaside town offers more than just underwater pursuits. Today we arrived in a small town called Kars, and we're just having some morning coffee. After getting a well-needed energy boost, we went to this beautiful gallery selling handmade homeware. We decided to spend Christmas with the next best thing to family, our friends. We spent the next few days surrounded by the people we grew up with and whom we don't get to see very often. Turkey isn't a Catholic country, so it's hard to feel the Christmas spirit in the air. We usually spend this time with family, and as it was our first time away from home, we had to try harder than ever to make it feel like Christmas. We made a mixture of traditional Polish dishes with a Turkish twist, and the outcome was surprisingly great. Welcome to Antalya, one of the fastest growing cities on the coast of the Mediterranean Sea. Before Antalya became arguably the top summer resort town in Turkey, it was the ancient city of Antalya. This makes Antalya's old town a hugely important place in the country where Europe and Asia meet. Later that day, we were joined by some more friends and we were ready to explore the city of Antalya at dusk.
I'm moving on.
Unlike some tourist resorts on the southern coast of Turkey, Antalya's population consists mainly of locals, which makes it a great destination if you want to soak up the local culture. Next day, we set off for a day trip to the ancient city of Olympos. Olympos been put back on the map in the 2000s. There's a flame coming out the mountain. We're really hoping to see that. And then we're going to get a dip in the freezing cold waters. The Mediterranean coast of Turkey has a marvelous collection of ancient ruins dotted along the jagged coastline. Most belong to the Lycian Empire, including the ruins of Olympos. Due to its natural and historic importance, the area is under protection, making it an earthly bit of paradise. After a short hike, we had to check the water temperature. Did you know that in Turkey there is a mountain that has been burning for 2,500 years? This occurrence is caused by the methane deposits in the surrounding subsoils. Our next stop was Aspendos Theatre, a beautiful preserved ancient Roman site in Turkey. There are 39 rows of seats, and when packed to capacity, the structure could hold around 20,000 viewers. It's worth mentioning that today the Aspendos Theatre is still used for wrestling, live music concerts, or dancing shows. On the way to our next spot, we were stopped by some locals and tried powdered tea, or at least that's what we were told it was. The whole transaction did feel a little bit like a drug deal, but let's not talk about that. Duden Waterfall is a very special place in Antalya that not so many tourists have yet discovered. At least not the upper waterfalls, located about 12 kilometers from the coast. The park around the waterfall is shady and cooling, almost like a tropical oasis with cascading waterfalls. One of the best things to do in Antalya when it's raining? Go karting. We paid a whopping £5 for 30 minutes of racing each other, and we liked it so much that we came here 2 days in a row. It's definitely one of the best go-karting experiences we had anywhere in the world. So we just spent the morning with our friends going go-karting, and we've just split up for some lunch and Turkish tea. Our next stop will be getting ready because it's New Year's Eve today and we're all celebrating together. Antalya proved to be one of the best places to spend New Year's Eve. The streets were filled with locals and tourists from all around the world, and everyone seemed to be getting along perfectly. Just before midnight, we made our way to one of the best viewing points in the whole of Antalya. It's safe to say we weren't the only ones. This place was full of locals singing, dancing, drinking, and celebrating.